Okay. Theoretical distributions. We cannot find at times probability using your random experiment or sample space. That's why certain rules, conditions theoretically or hypothetically we have to follow. Okay. Very simple example. Your probability distribution. Okay. Table. Remember or no? Let us say X is number of heads. Yes. We can prepare if 3 coins are tossed. Okay. If 3 coins are tossed, you can take X as what? Tell me. What all values X can take? 0, 1, 2 and 3. That is it. And P of X. Total has to be how much? 1. 0 head how many time? 1 by 8. 1 head how many time? 3 by head. 2 heads how many time? 3 by 8. And this is also 1 by 8. Total obviously is 1. Yes or no? But same thing when we do for 4 or 5 or even 10 coins, we will not be able to finish this entire table. Why? Because we don't have sample space. Understood here? Yes? So we do what? Theoretically, assuming certain frequencies will be repeated. So tell me types. Types of theoretical distribution quickly. Depends on variable. Variable is either discrete or continuous. This is your variable, okay? Under discrete, which first one you have is binomial. Second one, Poisson. Under continuous, only one right now you have normal distribution. Okay, till here? Compass. So first one, let us see, is which one? Binomial. When do we use binomial? N is not large. N is small. What is N? Shh. What is N? Number of trials. And P, what is P? Probability of success is not small. Yes or no? What do you mean by bi in this? What is bi? Bi means two groups or alternatives. What are the two groups alternatives? Success and failure. It is just like your P of A and P of A dash. Total comes to 1. But over here, instead of saying P and A and A dash, we are calling it as P and Q equals to 1. So small p is probability of success and small q is probability of failure. Yes or no? The trials are also known as Bernoulli trial. Yes or no? Why? Because this binomial distribution was given by James Jacob, whatever it is, Bernoulli. Yes? What is the feature of Bernoulli trial? N is small, then P and Q are constants in every follow. Everyone, in every trial value of P and Q are same. They are constant. They are not changing. Just like tossing of a coin. Every time you toss a coin, heads and tail chances are same, 0.5, 0.5. Every time you roll a die, chance of a number is still same, 1 by 6. Yes or no? So P and Q are always constant. Okay. Then what is your regular formula? P of x equals to NCx into P raised to x into Q raised to n minus x, where n is what? Number of trials. X is what? Number of success in n trials. Very good. Can success be 0? Yes, success can be 0. Obviously, look at the combination formula. X cannot exceed n. X can take maximum value of n only. Yes or no? P, we have already seen what is P. Probability of success. So 1 minus P, what will I get? Probability of failure, and these are your two groups, success and failure. Simple or no? So N is your number of trials, X is number of success and N trials, P is probability of success and Q is probability of failure. So P plus Q equals to 1. Very important. N comma P comma Q has to be greater than 0. N should be more than 0. Why? There has to be at least one trial. P and Q have to be more than 0 because there have to be two groups. Even if one of them is 0, then that means there is only one group. But we want what? Two groups. Understood here? Okay. What else? How do we denote? X follows binomial with parameters N and P. Parameters. So it is, how many parameters are there? 2. So it is biparametric. Theory questions are asked. Discrete variable biparametric, binomial. Discrete variable uniparametric, Poisson. Yes or no? Continuous variable biparametric, normal distribution. Yes? Okay. Then if P equals to Q, what happens? Value is 0.5. The distribution is symmetric. What else? Mean equals to mode, and variance is very good. Three things happens. Variance is maximum. Very good. Done till here? Just now we said P and Q are constant in every trial. Okay. So if P and Q are not equal, is it symmetric? If P and Q are not equal, 0.4, 0.6, whatever, 0.9, 0.1, are they symmetric? They are asymmetric. Right? Okay. Okay, mean of binomial N into P. Then standard deviation. Standard deviation is root NPQ or NPQ to the power of half, 1 by 2. Therefore, variance is NPQ, and if we compare NP and NPQ, that is mean and variance, who is greater? Mean is greater than variance. Yes or no? So NP is more than NPQ because Q is less than 1. That's why. And that's why knowing this, both this formula is important. If half information is given, mean is to be found out, mode is to be found out, we simply replace the value of NP in NPQ, then we can find out value of Q. If we have value of Q, we can find out value of P. Remember? Okay. What else? When do we use binomial? Is it done? N is small and P is not small. Then we can convert later on also binomial into Poisson. Yes or no? Then what about mode for binomial? Largest integer in N plus 1 into P. If N plus 1 into P is 13.7, mode is 13. If N plus 1 into P is 13, modes are 13 and 12. In that case, it is N plus 1 into P whole minus 1. There can be two modes. So binomial is unimodal and bimodal. Yes or no? Depending on the value of N plus 1 into P. So if N plus 1 into P is a whole number, that whole number and minus 1, there are two modes. If N plus 1 into P is not a whole number, there is decimal, just ignore the decimal. The remaining number is your mode, one single mode. Remember? So it can be unimodal as well as bimodal. Okay, till here? Fine. Second one, Poisson distribution. When do we use Poisson? N is large. P is small. That's why we call it as a rare event. Yes or no? Simply. So X follows. Poisson with parameter M. Therefore it is uniparametric distribution. What do you mean by parameters? That means those number you want to find the value. In binomial you want what? N and P. Then you can solve the question. P of X you can find. And over here in Poisson you want only value of M. Yes or no? Okay. So formula of P of X. E raised to minus M into M raised to X upon X factorial. Yes or no? E is your epsilon value 2.7183 if not provided. Yes or no? E raised to minus M is also equal to 1 upon E raised to M, or you can say if E raised to M is given to you, it also means 1 upon E raised to minus M. So be careful what the data is given to in the question, whether it is to the power of just positive value or to the power of negative value. We want what? Negative value, e to the power of minus M. So I think there was one question given to 3.32 something. E raised to minus something was given to you. E raised to 1.2 was given to you. I think so. In theory, positive. And this value was I think 3.32 something. I don't remember. But we want what? We cannot directly use this now in the question. We want what? E raised to minus M. So 1 divided by 3.32. You will get your E raised to minus M value. Okay. So be careful. It is E raised to 1.2 was I think given to in the question. You want what actually? Minus 1.2. Okay. Be careful with what the data may be given to you in the question. You want what? E raised to minus M. Understood or no? M is what? What is the meaning of M? Mean or average. X will be given to you in the question. Yes or no? So properties. M is what? Mean, average, and also variance or no for Poisson. Therefore standard deviation for Poisson is root M. Yes or no? Very good. Then this is also mu. Mean, average is also mu. Variance is done. Variance is M. What else? Can we convert binomial into Poisson? Yes or no? Binomial into Poisson. What are the parameters of binomial? N and P, and Poisson M. So can you just multiply N into P and we'll get a parameter M. The meaning is still the same for both of them now. Yes, average. M is always greater than 0. And lastly, again here same thing, unimodal or bimodal. What is the formula of then? Is it there? Any formula is there for mode of Poisson? Tell me. 9. It is just the value of M. If M again is integer, let us again take the same example, 13. Then what are the modes? Yes, modes are 13 and 12. If M is 13.5, mode is just 13. So it can be again unimodal or bimodal. Remember? Third one, normal distribution. When do we use normal distribution? When asked in the question. Foremost, basic. X is continuous variable. Yes or no? Most important, okay? X means it can take now any value between decimals. Okay, Normal distribution, the method which we use, is given to us by who? Carl Gauss. That's why it is also known as Gaussian distribution. How many parameters? 2 parameters. X follows n. Normal distribution with parameter mu. What is the meaning of mu? Average, mean, and sigma square, variance. Therefore it is biparametric distribution. Yes or no? Correct? Then P of x, tell me the formula. 1 upon e raised to minus of x minus mu, the whole square, correct, upon 2 into sigma square. The importance of formula is only find value of mu or find value of sigma over here. Some numbers will be given here, 2 sigma square. Let us say it is 72. Therefore sigma square 36. Therefore sigma 6. So you can find variance or standard deviation, as well as some figure may be given over here. You can find out value of mu. Yes? Okay. So properties, tell me. Properties, parameters done, 2 parameters, biparametric. Now if normal distribution is shown in a diagram, how does it look? It is bell shaped. Yes or no? Assume. Good diagram. Yes? X is from minus infinity to positive infinity. Anything in center, if in arranged in a particular order, it is median. Yes or no? Your x equals to mu. This one is also mode, because it is also the highest frequency. It also comes as mean. So in normal distribution, mean, median, mode are same. Keep that in mind. All the values on the right hand side are more than mu. Yes or no? All the values on the left hand side are less than mu. Okay? The entire area under the curve is area of probability. So total probability is always 1, unity. And this is it right now. Bell-shaped diagram is symmetrical. They are exactly divided into 2 parts. So right hand, that means from mu to infinity, area of probability is 0.5. From negative infinity to mu, probability is also 0.5. Understood or no? Very good. Then you have certain intervals. 1, 2, 3. Assume they are again at equal distance. Yes or no? Tell me, what was the interval number 1? Mu plus sigma, mu plus 2 sigma, mu plus 3 sigma, and over here mu minus sigma, mu minus 2 sigma, and mu minus 3 sigma. Yes or no? Importance of the same? Something common? Some numbers you should know. Yes or no? Do you by heart? Have you by hearted? Chalo, tell me. 65.45? Tell me. 68.27 or 0.6827 probability in that area between mu minus sigma to mu plus sigma. Then from mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus 2 sigma, 95.45% or 0.9545 between mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus 2 sigma, and lastly 99.73% or 0.9973. There was one that MCQ we had done. How much area that covers? All. The balance, tell me, balance X is how much? This and this area. 0.27 now. It is 99.73 from mu minus 3 sigma to mu plus 3 sigma. So balance on both the sides is total 0.27. Yes or no? Fine. For every value of X, there is a value of Z. At mu, Z equals to 0. Entirely on the right hand side, Z is greater than 0. and on the left hand side z is less than 0, and luckily, or you can say actually by calculation, at mu plus sigma, mu plus 2 sigma and mu plus 3 sigma, z is 1, 2, 3. Similarly your z is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So how do we find value of z? X minus mu upon sigma. X means the question asked, mu is the average, sigma is the standard deviation given to you in the question. Z can be negative, but probability is always positive. Remember or no? But probability is always positive. Understood here? Fine. Then this is your lower tail, does not touch x-axis. This is your upper tail, does not touch x-axis. Keep that in mind because it is infinity. Okay, here. Then tell me the formulas. So is it clear? 0.5, 0.5, have you understood? From negative infinity to mu and from mu to infinity, both of them probability is how much? 0.5. Yes? Okay. How many modes are there? Unimodal or bimodal? Because there is only one peak. Which peak we are talking about? That curve which we have drawn just now. There is only one single, most you can say highest point. That is why we say there is only one mode. So binomial, so not binomial, normal is your unimodal. Skewness is how much? Very good. Skewness is 0. That is not tilted on any side. That means it is obviously what? Symmetrical. Yes? Good. Some formulas. Z we know. Formula of Z equals to x minus mu upon sigma to find that area of probability. Yes or no? Then Q1 can tell me. Median is Q2, this much you know, no? Median is Q2. Q1 is on the left of mu if you remember. So mu minus 0.675 sigma. So obviously Q3 is what? Mu plus 0.675 sigma. At times if Q1 and Q2 values are given to you, you can solve using simultaneous equation. That means you can find out value of mu, that is average, or very important, you can find out value of standard deviation. And if at all out of 3 numbers or 2 numbers, QD, MD, SD, even if you have one of them, you can find out other of them. That means if SD is there, you can find out SD. You can find out MD as well as QD because we have a ratio between them. So just solve them simultaneously, find SD, you can find out MD and QD also. Okay? Chalo, aage. Is there any formula for median or QD? QD have I given you? Ratio is there. Okay. QMS? No? QMS. QD, MD, SD. Pay attention. This is only for because it is symmetric. 10, 12, 15. Standard. Okay, this is a standard ratio between QD, MD and SD. 10 is to 12 is to 15. Even if you have one of the values of any of them, you can find other two also. Okay, good. So who is greater always? SD is greater than, MD is greater than QD. Yes or no? Okay. What is the meaning of this? And some value is given to you. This has to be more than 0.5. First of all, did you understand this? Is it 0.8413? Anybody? When you say phi, pay attention, and this value in bracket is more than 0, it means entire one side of the normal distribution is covered. For example, pay attention, let me draw a simple diagram. Okay, here is your mu. Where is z equals to 0? Tell me. At mu. What is the value given in bracket? That is actually value of z. That is value of z. Z right now given to you is -1 or 1? Where it is? Right or left? Right. Just for the sake of understanding, -1 will be on the left hand side. Okay, Delia? What have they given? Okay. Another thing. Can you give me probability of this area? Entirely 0.5. Of this area entirely? Whenever you are given probability which is more than 0.5, what will you assume? It is crossing one half of the diagram. It is crossing one half of the diagram. So when they say phi equals to something something, that phi means from what? -infinity to. Now in this example, z equals to 1. Are you following here? Here is -infinity and here is positive infinity. So they are giving you area from, this z is 1 now over here. Are you following? This 0.5 right now I will reduce from here. This area is how much total? They are giving you how much? 0.8413. Are you following or no? Pay attention. This is 0.5 and this is 0.8413. So from mu and up to z equals to 1, the probability is 0.3413. Are you following or no? The area which is right on the right hand side of mu. Understood here? So if they say phi in bracket 2 means what? Can you understand now? More on the left hand side or more on the right hand side? More on the right hand side. This will be given to you. Understood? So you should be able to understand. Now whatever is above 0.5, that is the value you can find out. Okay or no? Yes? Good. Then we have this addition probability, addition theorem, something. X and Y are independent. Yes or no? If X and Y are independent and both of them follow what? Normal distribution with parameters mu1, mu2 and sigma 1 square and sigma 2 square. So can we say X plus Y, if you can call it as Z also, that also follows normal distribution. Yes or no? Correct? With parameters mu1 plus mu2 and sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. Yes or no? Sigma square means it is variance. Keep that in mind. One theory question we are done. You calculated correctly, but asked in the question was what? Standard deviation. You should take root of variance for standard deviation. Yes or no? Similarly for binomial also same thing. Check. X follows binomial. What are the parameters of binomial? N and P. So N1 comma P. Y also follows binomial with parameter N1 comma P. Here we are not writing P1 and P2. What are we assuming here? P is same. Very good. P is same for both X as well as Y. In that case we can merge them. No problem. X plus Y equals to Z also follows binomial with parameters what now? Tell me. N1 plus N2 and comma P. That's it. Don't do anything with P. P is constant with both of them, X and Y. Same for Poisson. X plus Y equals to Z. As it is for Poisson, there is only one parameter, M1. It will be just M1 plus M2. Yes or no, everyone? What are points of inflection? Have I given you? No? There was one question, no? I had given you somewhere, no? Mu and points of inflection are there, no? That means from where the curve starts to change. Mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. They are the 2 points of inflection, because these values may be given to you. There was one question in the textbook we have done. Points of inflection are given to you. Yes? It was there, I think. Hey? Done till here? One important point I want to give you, which is separate for asymmetrical. There was this question of June 19 which we have covered in full syllabus test, no? Yes or no? QD, MD, SD something? Everyone? So it was not given that it was for symmetrical or asymmetrical. They are not given. Okay? So if it is symmetrical, QD, MD, SD is 10:12:15. 15. Okay. And next line write down. For asymmetrical. Asymmetrical you understand? Non-symmetrical distribution. It is a little bit opposite. SD, MD and QD. It is opposite of QMS now. Okay? It is 4:5:6 or 6:5:4 you can also say. Whatever you want to, in whatever order you want to by heart. Okay? Do you remember something from asymmetrical distribution between mean, median, mode? Are they same? No. Then we have the formula for the same. Yes or no? So over there it is asymmetrical, so we have different relationship. In normal distribution it is symmetrical, therefore mean, median, mode are same, and QD, MD, SD ratio is 10:12:15. Understood here? So this is not for normal distribution. This is for which chapter? Measures of central tendency. Understood here? That's it. Anything else remains in theoretical? Everyone? Nothing? Pakka?